So here's something I learned the hard way. Carrying more gear doesn't always mean you're more prepared. In fact, in most cases, it might even make you slower or even put you at risk. When I combine my 10 years in the Army Reserve and 30 plus years living and working in big cities like Boston, Los Angeles, and Phoenix, I've seen three EDC everyday carry mistakes come up again and again. And every time they lead to the same outcome. You're not ready when it counts. One of the mistakes, you've probably already done it this week without even thinking. So let's break them down and I'll show you how to fix each one without spending more money. So number one is the kitchen sink syndrome. You want to be prepared for anything, any emergency, any crisis. And I get it. I was like that too. I was the EDC hoarder, the pack rat. I used to carry everything but the kitchen sink. But last year, I got tired of lugging around all that extra stuff I wasn't using. We were coming into summer here in Phoenix. It was getting hot, and after carrying a large bag of stuff around for months and months, my shoulders and back started to hurt. I've tried four different bags, and my shoulders and back were still hurting. I learned it's not about the bag, it's about what I was carrying. So picture this, it's summer now, it's probably hot where you live, maybe humid. You're going, running errands, getting groceries, and the bag starts to get heavy. You get in the car, reach into your bag, and find a flashlight, a lighter, multi-tool, but you can't find it. You have too much stuff. How frustrating is it to look for something and you can't find it because there's a lot of stuff and you have too much stuff? Guilty. This is the basic problem with overpacking. You can't get what you need when you need it. So it takes time to sort through all the stuff to find what you need, and it takes even longer if there's a crisis or an emergency. Typically, your adrenaline's pumping, your hands are sweaty, and you're so focused on finding the one thing you can lose sight of everything else around you. But even with the right gear, most people forget about this next one. So number two, the dead battery dilemma. Have you ever reached for a flashlight only to find out the batteries are dead or the flashlight's dying? That feeling when you turn the light on or it doesn't come on at all. Feeling of why didn't I check the batteries? Simple maintenance and testing is what we're talking about here. All you have to do is check your gear once a month, and it really should take about 5 minutes or less. You test your lights, charge any flashlights, make sure your knives and multi-tools are sharp, everything works. If you carry a gun, firearm, make sure it's clean, lubricated. Do a function check. Make sure everything works. Is it going to fire when you pull the trigger? At the beginning of every month, I charge my flashlight here. I just take a quick 5 minutes to check all my gear to make sure everything works. It will save you a world of hurt when you need them if you do this. Now, I learned this lesson in the Army when my rifle failed me. If I had spent about 10 minutes on this, I would not have had any problems. I was on the rifle range. We were at Fort Lewis, qualifying for our deployment to Afghanistan. And guess what? Halfway through the qualification, my rifle broke. It was a bad misfeed. It was like bang, bang, click. Uh-oh. The armor had to take the rifle apart, fix it, put it back together again, and I was lazy. I didn't clean the rifle after our last trip to the range, and we took those things everywhere. We lived with them, literally. I didn't take care of my gear. Now, if you're curious, I did shoot and qualify, but the point I'm trying to make is if something fails when you need it, it's basically dead weight. I was carrying around 8 pounds of dead weight in the M16 because I didn't take the time to clean it and maintain it. Now, in the real world, it's very simple. Just spend 5 minutes or so every month, check and clean your gear if necessary. That's it. But even with the perfect gear, the last mistake is what separates the prepared from the protectors. Number three is the fumble factor. Owning gear does not make you ready. Being ready means having a mindset, the right gear that works, and knowing how to use it. Now, I admit this is something even I struggle with. I just picked up this belly band holster, and I have to practice with it. Drawing and holstering, drawing and holstering. When you look at adrenaline, stress, and chaos can quickly turn smooth draws or finding that piece of gear into a flaming dumpster fire. But if you check your equipment once a month, practice and train with it, drawing, holstering, finding that knife or flashlight, just adapt it to your daily life and activities. Now, once a month is my bare minimum, and if it's a newer piece of gear, 2 or 3 or 4 is even better. The important part is practice doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be realistic. So I want to ask, what's the one thing in your EDC gear that you never use but still carry? Do you have anything? Drop it in the comments, I'm curious. I also have a free download for you, 5 urban EDC categories to carry with you. It'll help you develop an EDC system. You can find that link in the description. Now remember, the big 3 mistakes I've seen over the years, and I'm guilty of a few, is too much gear. That's the kitchen sink syndrome. Equipment not working, dead battery dilemma. Not training or practicing, the fumble factor. No judgment here. I've made all 3, but that's how I learned what actually works. Now, up next, if you or a loved one go to the gym, you'll want to stick around for this next video. And if you're wondering, how do I stay ready and prepared? This video is for you. Thanks for watching. God bless.